Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rex. I'm the CEO leading Web3 business and research under the AIFT group, which includes OneInfinity, our digital asset insurance arm, as well as OneSavvy, our Web3 R&D lab. Today, it's an honor to be here sharing with you our Bybit incident analysis and our thoughts about the incident. Before analyzing the attack, it's crucial to understand Bybit's wallet setup. Bybit used a 3-out-of-3 multi-signature cold wallet system based on Gnosis Safe smart contract wallet, integrated with Ledger hardware wallets for signing transactions and Safe wallet app interface to view transactions. Among the signers was Bybit CEO Ben, who played a key role as the last signer. A notable feature of Bybit wallet is its upgradability at smart contract level, allowing modifications for future feature enhancement. However, this also introduces risk. If an attacker gains control over the upgrade process, they can manipulate the contract logic. Bybit Signer also used the Safe app frontend to reveal the transaction details. In a live stream 2 hours post-attack, Bybit CEO Ben claimed that he sees correct transaction details for routine code-to-warm wallet transfer on the Safe app interface. He also admitted to blind signing on his Ledger device, approving a transaction without being able to see its details when signing. This likely stemmed from an integration gap between Ledger and Gnosis Safe smart contract, preventing transaction details from being decoded and displayed on Ledger device screen. Let's go deeper into how the attacker leveraged these potential weaknesses. This screen shows an attack flow chart created by Slowmist, a well-known Web3 security firm. There were 2 key stages in the hack. First of all, the attacker used signature phishing on the Safe app's frontend. They manipulated the interface to trick Bybit signers into approving what seemed like a legitimate transaction. By disguising a malicious request, they obtained a valid signature without signers realizing it. With a stolen signature, the hacker moved to the second stage, upgrading the smart contract to a malicious one, which gives hackers full control over the asset, allowing them to drain the funds. Now let's take a closer look at how these 2 stages were executed. The first stage is about showing false transaction information on Safe app interface to deceive the signers. The attack started with injecting malicious code into the Safe web app. Hackers modified JavaScript files stored in a Safe Wallet's AWS S3 bucket, adding a hidden script that will only activate under specific conditions to avoid detections. When Bybit signers use the Safe app to approve transactions, the browser unknowingly loaded the infected code. This script changed transaction details in real time, so what the signers saw on their screens was different from what they were actually approving. It's important to note that, in order to stay hidden, the attackers use a selective execution strategy. The malicious code stayed inactive unless it detected a Bybit multi-signature wallet transaction. This way, regular users were not affected and the app appeared normal. Finally, the attackers removed all trace of the attack. Within 2 minutes of stealing the fund, they reverted the JavaScript files, deleting the malicious script. This shows that they were highly skilled and planned the attack carefully. We then look at how the attack was executed at a smart contract level. First of all, the hacker deployed a backdoor contract 2 days ago to test out the functions. This contract contained 2 hidden functions to transfer the Ethereum and ERC20 assets. The attackers also deployed a second contract, what we call a Trojan contract, with the purpose to bypass potential security by appearing as a legitimate transaction function. On the day of the attack, the attacker executed the second phase of an exploit. By poisoning the Safe app interface, they tricked all 3 Bybit signers into approving the upgrade transaction that swapped out the legitimate smart contract for the attacker's malicious contract. Once the upgrade was approved, the attacker used the Trojan contract to execute a delegate call function. This function allowed the hackers to modify the slot 0 of the Bybit process contract, redirecting its logic to the backdoor contract they deployed earlier. The hacker now gained full control over Bybit's wallet, and they executed the final phase of the heist. They called the sweeping functions, transferring all of Bybit's assets to their own address. Now we have gone through the technical steps of this attack. However, a key question remains: how did the attacker inject malicious code into Safe's web app in the first place? On February 26th, Safe Wallet released an official statement on social media, providing new insights into how the attack was executed. According to their findings, the breach was made possible through a compromised machine belonging to one of their developers. These security labs allow the attackers to inject the malicious code into the JavaScript files used by the web application. While this statement confirms the root cause of the attack was a developer's compromised device, exactly how the hacker managed to gain access to this machine remains unknown. On the same day, the FBI officially declared that North Korea was responsible for this attack. We also want to raise the public awareness that this is not just another isolated incident. It's part of a pattern of highly sophisticated attacks that have repeatedly targeted the Web3 ecosystem. Over the past year, we've seen multiple incidents that follow the same approach, where attackers exploit wallets and front-end security flaws to compromise transactions. These attacks have impacted exchanges, custodians, and wallet service providers, often starting with a compromised developer machine. These are nothing new. The North Korean hackers deploy common techniques to conduct these hacks. They start with social engineering. They pose as recruiters or project collaborators, tricking developers and exchange employees into downloading malicious files disguised as debugging exercise or fake video call software. Once inside, they sell a backdoor to scan internal networks or weaknesses, use compromised employee devices. They move laterally within the system, stealing SSH keys to access wallet servers, transaction signing servers, and security systems. In the final step, they exploit wallet infrastructure by either phishing legitimate signatures or creating fraudulent transactions that bypass security checks. These advanced techniques highlight the growing sophistication of state-backed cyber criminals, emphasizing the need for stronger cybersecurity measures. The Bybit attack highlights serious security flaws that we may have in crypto exchanges. A key issue was blind signing, where signers unknowingly approve fraudulent transactions. To prevent this, exchanges must implement hardware wallets that can display full transaction details, enforce clear signing standards, and use transaction simulation tools for verification. Stronger wireless enforcement is also essential. Hackers bypass security by modifying smart contracts, so exchanges should restrict transactions or smart contract upgrades to pre-approved address, deploy anomaly detection systems, and require multi-level approvals with independent audits for smart contract upgrades. Additionally, supply chain security must be improved. The Safe Web App breach showed how third-party weaknesses can be exploited. Exchange should regularly test service providers, limit API access, and enforce strict security standards to prevent unauthorized code changes. By ensuring clear signing, strict wireless, and better third-party security, exchanges can strengthen the defenses against phishing and infrastructure attacks, reducing the risk of future breaches. This is the end of our presentation. Hope our sharing can shed more light on the incident and its potential root cause. At OneInfinity and OneSavvy Labs, we're committing to strengthening Web3 security and providing risk management solutions to prevent this type of attacks. If you would like to learn more about what we are doing, feel free to reach out to us. Thank you for your time.